Tony Khan has been called out for his Harvey Weinstein reference to WWE, and he was speaking to none less than Mojo Rawley. What's going on there? Mojo Rawley on TMC Sports confronting Tony Khan, former WWE superstar Mojo Rawley. And I say former WWE superstar, you can use the term superstar loosely. The guy really did nothing. I mean, all I can really remember Mojo Rawley for is like the 2016 brand split. And I think he had that moment at Mania with Rob Gronkowski at 33. That's about it. Now, he was speaking to him, and he asked him about his comment. He asked him about WWE being like the Harvey Weinstein of pro wrestling. If you got anything to say, that's what Tony Khan said. He said, well, I think we got a ton of coverage for AEW. I think it's important to say that I think AEW is the best wrestling company in the world in many ways. I think that we have the best wrestlers, the best matches, and we've been putting on the best shows. I think the best pay-per-view events this year have been AEW, Revolution, and Dynasty. And that's his end of quote. So his response to referring to WWE is just like say that AEW is the best. So him saying, right, that I think it's important to think and to say that AEW is the best. That's it. He's like, no, AEW is better than WWE because WWE is like the Harvey Weinstein of professional wrestling. Why can't Tony Khan just say that he thinks that AEW right now is the best? Right? Well, why does he have to like include the Harvey Weinstein remark? Like, I'm all for banter, I'm all for jokes, but you know, Tony Khan said it to take a dig at WWE. It wasn't like it wasn't like the whole joking sense of it. Again, Tony Khan, I think he's fumbled this. He's not even backtracking, but he's not even like really responded to the question. Like he's kind of just said, "Well, I said it because AEW is the best." I mean, what? And Tony Khan can sit there and say, "Oh, it got a ton of coverage for AEW." It did, but it was all negative. It was negative publicity. You know, the fact that AEW, right, was on the draft, the NFL draft, that's positive publicity, right? That's positive. That's good. That's brilliant for them. That's the way it should be, right? But the problem is, because he made that comment about the Harvey Weinstein thing, everyone has pretty much forgotten about the whole thing to do with AEW being on the NFL draft. You know, there was a decent amount of focus. Oh, Tony Khan, Jacksonville Jaguars, Tony Khan, that guy. Well, look, here he is on the NFL draft wearing a neck brace. That got a decent bit of coverage. And yeah, they did bury him a wee bit, saying, "Oh, you need to fucking sell your gimmick," so to speak. But now it feels like it's been overshadowed by the fact he's made this comment, and he's saying it. It's like we've got the best wrestlers, the best matches, and we're putting on the best shows and the best pay-per-view events. But WWE, so that would imply that WWE's got the second best wrestlers, second best matches, and second best shows, etc. But why couldn't he have just gave this answer, right, during the NFL draft? Why couldn't he have just said, "I think we're the best, I think we're putting on the best content, the best matches"? But no, what he had to do was say, "Well, we're better than WWE because they're like the Harvey Weinstein of wrestling." No, that's just not the way to go for it, alright? Not the way to go for it. Now, he did also address Bill Goldberg. Goldberg said that it ain't easy being cheesy because apparently AEW is far too cheesy and AEW is not the way to go for Bill Goldberg. Now, to be honest, can we really trust Tony Khan's word or Goldberg's word here? So Tony Khan essentially said that he had good talks with Goldberg, and that Goldberg didn't bring this up. Goldberg didn't really bring the issues up with it being too cheesy. Again, Goldberg's probably said it in his own way. I doubt he's literally went, "Here, Tony, this company's too cheesy, I'm no signing." He's probably issued some doubts that he's got about the company regards to like some of the product, because yeah, AEW is a very cheesy product. Goldberg is absolutely correct, but I guess what the problem is this is Tony Khan, it's his word against Bill Goldberg. And I just think, literally, because of what Bill Goldberg's done recently, the whole Bret Hart thing, I say recently, it's 20 odd years ago, but at the end of the day, is people still hold Bill Goldberg responsible for that. And he says, "It's funny, because I've had a bunch of really nice meetings with Bill and would have honestly been interested in doing something. I have a lot of respect for Bill. I was surprised by that because that certainly wasn't what he said to me when we were talking about sort of working here at some point, which I've always been open to, and I really like Bill." But see, Goldberg, right, is probably saving face. He probably knew that the company's too cheesy, but wasn't getting the right amount of money offered to him to do the move. But Tony Khan's obviously saying he didn't say it because Goldberg wouldn't have said it. What they were probably talking about was money, and that's why it's fell through. I don't think it's fell through because Goldberg thought it was too cheesy, but that's Goldberg's excuse because he's not going to come out and say, "Here, guys, I didn't go to AEW because they weren't offering me enough money." And you know what? Fair play to Goldberg because he's probably went, even though we don't know when this was, but he's probably seen the amount of jobbers in AEW that are on millions, and he's went here. Well, if X, Y, and C's on 2 million a year or 3 million, I want 20. And to be honest, Goldberg warrants that sort of money compared to the. I mean, if Mercedes Moné, Okada, and Will Ospreay are getting 15 million over the course of 3 years, Goldberg should be getting 10 times that for the draw he is. And I get it, he's old, but Pete Goldberg would be worth. I mean, what would Tony Khan pay Pete Goldberg and Sting? Jesus Christ, if that's what he's paying these bums, that's what you've got to ask yourself here. But that's it. Tony Khan, respond to Harvey Weinstein and Big Bill Goldberg. So until next time, peace.